Hello, fellow humans. I am here by request. By whose request, I don't know. I am actually really excited over here. I've been working on packing and moving stuff from one place to the other. Finally, after a lot of freaking work, and I'll explain that in the future, I'm learning that one must be ninja like during the process of manifestation because other people's energy will just knock it off. So, this is going to be the last video I am doing from this freaking corner. I couldn't say fucking here because this is a ruining corner. It ruined my life for 1 year, but it was also, I guess, my shelter. I could have been in a car. It could have been worse. It's been worse. So I am here today, and I guess I'm gonna pull on a message. My gifts have been doing some weird stuff lately. So first with the spirit hubby, guys, I tried everything I could. I looked everywhere, y'all. The last 2 weeks I've been heavier in my studies, if you notice, because I hadn't done videos and I hadn't been posting like as much like deep content, but I've been studying like different stuff in astrology and all those other nooks and crannies, just trying to understand the energetic design, the magnetics of how I can hear this dude with me all the time. It's like, have y'all ever seen Drop Dead Fred? That's what my life is like every day. Or even the Invisible Man, like the new one. Like there's just a guy or a presence with me all the time, and I have to act like I'm not acknowledging it as I'm doing other things in my life or messages. Because there's no way to cut something that is actually built into your design. That's what I've come up with. So I have accepted it. At this point, I take the messages as they come. If I see he's in trouble, I know I probably shouldn't, but I do. I meddle. I just write down whoever the name of whoever's causing them troubles, and then suddenly they're trying to figure out what the fuck just happened in their life, and they leave him alone. But that's it. Really took me a while to figure out like what did I want out of all of this. I didn't really want anything. This was sprung on me. I just happened to notice a guy in my dreams, and I listened to what he told me to do because he wanted me to meet his human. So. Just wanted him to know I existed. He's not alone. Like if he has to hear me the way I have to hear him, somebody should know where that shit is coming from, right? So I am now not only able to pick up on that signal, but just like, that scene in X-Men where Professor X goes and puts the thing on his head and he can hear all the mutants. That is what has been happening with me for customers. That is actually the reason why I just paused readings for a minute, because some sort of energetic surge, and I'm going to guess. That's fucking crazy. Y'all couldn't see, but my whole computer just stopped and like kicked me out of my video, and it took a while to load back and then it let me in, but it was a energetic surge. But I guess that's a hell of a confirmation. I wonder what that's gonna turn out like on the video. But some surge going on. I think it has to do with the North Node and Aries and everybody getting their gifts back, because I've been getting a lot of signs like about people starting to pick up on psychic gifts, not the cool ones like moving shit, but the psychic ones, But I just started hearing everybody's polymer, anybody who has something to say. And like, keep in mind, there are like 80,000 people between all my platforms. So it really got overwhelming. So I had to shut the shit down so I can reel it back in, because we're constantly updating and downloading new information as we go through this process. We only started off with a certain amount of our consciousness available to us. And for some reason, God has decided maybe it's best I wake them up because they acting a fool. That's my belief about it. So I don't know which one of you lovely people requested my presence or needed to see my face, particularly my smile. Isn't it weird to know some shit like that? Like somebody wants me to do a video, like they just need me to sprinkle some sunlight. Like they miss my optimism. Whatever. Well, here I am. Hopefully, I did not disappoint you. Made you smile with my smile. Isn't that like a simple pleasure to give about? So, my bad, y'all. What message am I here to deliver today? What message am I here to deliver today? My last day in this room. Ah, it's all coming together. Well, is that a coincidence? I guess y'all vibe where I'm vibing. We meet here in the middle, right? Um, It's like somebody finally started doing right. Finally started choosing the path of least resistance, the path to happiness. But there's still a standstill here. There's a lot of knowing better and doing better energy. Like you can start to see the reward that will come behind the hard work that is keeping yourself on track. Like you're just starting to see that. Like your manifestus, your manifestations are starting to come through, which is really positive, but it's like there's still a block. You see this indecision? What is this indecision? So I'm going to the dark mirror because you gotta know not everything's all positive. What is this indecision? What is this block? Two unknown paths, or two paths that can lead to unknown outcomes. Yeah, so the message I'm getting right now, because keep in mind, this is a collective reading. This is for whoever comes across, if it resonates. It's a wave, a particular group of people meant to receive this message, I believe. So it might different parts will resonate with different people. And for one person, it'll be like, but this person is still stuck in the middle because it seems like there's some childhood stuff they haven't dealt with. Some difficulty with recognizing their own pain or learning how to manage their own pain and anger. Like this person just shoves it away, which is a childhood pattern. Like they don't release their emotions or their feelings much. But that is actually what is blocking them from making the decision about where to go forward. It's like, okay, you've started manifesting things are going well, but you're still at the precipice. Like this is just like a door open. Like, all right, you have just completed a chapter that required you to get rid of a lot of bullshit. Is what I'm feeling. Like this card says door to personal happiness. You had to clear out a lot of stuff, and it took a lot of patience and letting go of things you did not expect you were going to have to let go of. But now that you're at that door, it's like, where do you want to go on the other side of that door? What's next? Because all this is new stuff. I didn't think I would let go of any of this stuff I had back then. This is a whole new path, a whole new storyline, is what it feels like. Something that you never would have imagined coming for yourself. So, in order to make the best decision, those feelings, like the tears that you haven't cried, the emotions that you haven't connected to, the way that you have been splitting yourself into at least two, at least two different personalities here. Like one face here that everybody needs to see for you to feel like you're making them feel comfortable, and then one that's like all your actual feelings and all the stuff you keep to yourself because you're trying to be the responsible one all the time. You must be everybody's go-to person, but it's created like a energetic parasite, a part of you that is just feeding on misery or just loathing in some way. It probably feels like a constant ache, is what I would imagine here. That energy, this blockage, all of this dark mirror stuff, is what's keeping this person, you, stuck at the crossroads. A fear of making the wrong decision because you don't know what the fuck to do, because clearly you done made the wrong decision. If all that stuff just had to go away, you picked that when you thought it was the right decision. So you just stuck. But the right path, or the key to the right path, is in not doing the same thing you've done before in order to avoid looking at your pain. Take the road that leads you towards healing. That's what I'm getting. Like there's a very distinct marker for which path is going to lead you to a darker version of what you've already been through. That's a karmic cycle where you're just going to end up meeting the same people, doing the same things, and you're going to be like, hold the hell up, I've been through this before. And then the other one is just completely going to be like, I've never experienced this before. This is different. This is uncomfortable. But that's the right one, guys. That's the right one to go for. So let me see if I can get some sort of symbol. I hope it's like a spirit animal. Use the map deck for this one. Some sort of symbol or indicator that will let you know if when you're on the right path. That feeling is supposed to be the main one, I'm getting butterflies. It's like the feeling, because you're doing something different. The other one, if you feel too comfortable and you're just like, all right, I got this. I'm just going to do it better this time. That's not gonna happen for you. You can no longer cling to the ways of the past. They will not last. Ever since I started watching Shakespeare and stuff, guys, I've been extra like poetic. I think I have to start writing again, which would be great. A new outlet, a new way to do things. You'll probably see a change in the way I write around here too, just because I should take a writing class. So, anyways, what is a good sign for this person to look out for? I can signal they're moving in the right direction. I keep getting the one that makes you more nervous. The one that makes, because that nervous feeling is you starting to feel alive. You starting to feel like it happening, like, oh my goodness, like that. How do you know which one is the right path? Let's see. And look, that path, making the choice again. There is no way around these feelings. Is this a good cry? Because it's cleaning house in the sad embrace. I don't want to sound like Mufasa. And look at this. Okay, this is crazy shit. So look, you see the signs on this card on both of the signs here say unknown. Into the unknown. You're not allowed to know the outcome ahead of time, but you need to know that you are creating with your dreams, with your emotions. That's why it's being triggered right now. Important for you to get in touch with what you actually want. There is going to be a major difference between you creating a life based upon, I'm never going to hurt like that again, versus, man, I can't wait to see what that's like. You see, like this one is childlike, and this one over here is the life you decide for yourself after you've been hurt. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure this person feel this way. Like, I'm sure all them hoes. Like that energy is totally different from, sheesh, I really would like to be a baseball player. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be reconnecting to that part of you that was like really excited about the idea of living, of doing what it is you love going for it, of waking up every day being excited. This doesn't feel like that. This feels like somebody who has been going in auto, going in auto with their feelings on. Because the main card that was the signifier was like the heart healing. The heart is what needs to be healed. The heart and the sacral chakra. And it's like this person misses family in some way. It's feeling blocked from their family, feeling blocked, maybe from even having a family like they want, a home, somewhere where they feel home. And this could even be emotionally, somewhere where they feel emotionally safe so they can start to unpack these feelings. But there are going to be opportunities that come up once again based upon what it is you're truly feeling inside. This place is a, I don't want to say magnet. It is. It works like a magnet. If you're thinking about it, you're pulling it in. The same way that I can hear like people's thoughts when they start like thinking about me and questions and stuff. I swear, I had this one client. I don't know if I told this story. I think I wrote it in text. I woke up at like 6 in the freaking morning. I was doing her. I had to have her reading to her by 10 a.m. But I was just sitting there like, and I couldn't stop thinking. It was this like train of thought going through my mind, and then I go look at my phone and I see that she wrote me at 7 something. And then I go look at the guy's chart that she has me looking into based upon the information that kept circulating through my head. And I was like, were you thinking about me this morning, ma'am? Because it seems like you hijacked my thoughts. Like I was already processing your reading before I started. And she was like, my bad. But that same energy there of you focusing on something is what creates. It's what your magical power is. I'm picking up for this particular person. Your thoughts are your magic. When you set your mind on something, you get it. You figure out a way to get it done. But also this works in regards to the negative things, my love. It's self-perpetuating, I guess you will. If you say it'll fail, it'll fail. If you say this will never turn out this way, it won't turn out that way. You may get stuck in pessimistic loops of thought because of everything that's just happened to you within the last gonna say since COVID, it feels like the last 4, is that 4 years since COVID? 4 years since COVID. I sort of shaken up the foundation of your reality. Uh, how to go forward. You know it, you have to go forward. But it seemed like a party that's like, is it worth putting all the energy that I just put into all of that if it could crash again? Now I always use this term, but like it's like, yeah, this person is having a hard time getting their dick up for life. Is YouTube gonna ban me for saying that? The videos are not for kids. So yeah, it's just like, what is my motivation? So what message, closing message, does this person need? You can like let it out. Let it out. I don't know if this person would be so good with accounts, but it's like they need like somebody they feel comfortable with. They need like a person that's going to be there long term, like a friend, like somebody who's can hold space for their inner child. And that's so funny because that was the card that came up. Remember earlier I said it was inner child stuff. It's like the little girl or boy inside uh never got a chance to fully emotionally develop or to have someone where they felt intertwined or close with. There's an emotional bond that needs to be developed so that this person can begin to think more positive. You know what's so funny about this? And I was on the fence about it, about like if somebody needs another person. Do you need somebody? Like, weren't we born alone? Don't we die alone? But it appears that that's the reason why God started splitting itself up into a lot of different pieces. No one person is a whole like army, right? You need other people to help you with the skills you don't have. No one person has every skill, so we're forced to work together, and we can see everybody's unique worth or value. So if you're a person who's always shining light on other people, chances are you're not good at shining that light on yourself. So you need somebody else who is a light as well to come in and reflect, like, hey, buddy, I see you, so that you feel balanced. And that's what this feels like. This is a child who just like got good at putting themselves aside to be, I don't want to say people pleasing, but it could be a little bit people just wanting to be helpful. But that energy has created a whole different persona. And look at this shit. Home. This person is still looking for home. It's like they never had a home. They've never had an emotional home, is more than what I'm feeling like. Somewhere where they feel like they can let all of that shit they've been holding back like their whole life. This is a whole life of emotions unexplored in depth, because this person was afraid that if they went that deep within themselves, they would drown in their own dark water. There's the poetry again. So, so stop procrastinating on doing something about this is what I'm getting. You've been getting signs in your dreams. If you would like to avoid the cycles that you have been going through, yes, there is an exit. You don't have to go through this again. Have faith and follow the signs that you've been getting. Stop putting stuff off because it's only making it worse for yourself. It seems like there's a bit of pride, like you don't want to let your guard down. You want this so bad to have someone that you can call home. I said someone, ooh, someone or something, but it feels like people, person that actually knows who you are. So you can take this mask off all the time and actually feel your feelings, because it's low key killing you to not have a place that you can ever really be soft except for by yourself, because being soft while you're alone just makes you feel sad. And that sad, lonely feeling is an homage to your inner child. Just feeling sad and not wanting to burden anybody with that sadness. So at this time, you're being asked to be courageous. Do the thing that you've been putting off. That will make you feel better. Whatever that is, you got to deal with the feelings. It will not get better if you do not. It's literally like you let all that go in order to make space to create something with these dense feelings. Courage is the last card that came up here. Just do it. Whatever the thing that has been on your mind that is giving you tremors in your stomach that is freaking you out, but you know it leads you to something that can be completely different than what you've been experiencing before. Baby, do that one. That's it. Go for it. There's still enough life left to be happy as you imagined you would be when you were little. You just got to go back and retrieve that piece of you that believed it was possible. Because the bigger, darker pieces of you that don't believe that love or maybe a traditional family or happiness or any of the things that you had on your mind originally, because this is all about somebody who was having a difficult separation between what they originally wanted for themselves and what they currently have, what turned out for them. It is still possible to leapfrog over all this shit that you went through here and get what you wanted originally. You'll just have an amazing, like, what's that arc in the middle, redemption arc, after you like fall from grace, but then you rise back up, like, and then people just make that part where you felt like this little area in the story of just like amazing things, like, wow, that guy went through that, that lady went through that, what an inspiration. So I hope this message sort of cheered you up in whatever hole you're in or whatever hole you're avoiding being in, because it's there, but you don't want to even start digging through it because you're afraid you're just going to crumble once you start diving through, baby. Do it, because it's going to come, either it's going to crumble inside or it's going to crumble outside. And this is in your court. Make good decisions. Y'all have a great day.